And like I said before, yeah, bye-bye. I pause and now I'm restarting. I think that's a great idea, Naruto. However, I can't let you go alone. I don't have any resource left to spare since the villagers' forces are already under a lot of stress with the patrols and gate duties increased due to cheating exams. Sorry, Toby said to Naruto. I can't ask Kurenai-sensei to come with me for a month-long trip outside of the village. Kibar Hinata may need her for more than me during that time. Pretty, let me move up. During that time. May need her more than me during that time, thought a dejected Naruto. Sarutobi was sad that he couldn't help his adoptive grandson, but he had to stay fair. He couldn't order one of his subordinates to travel to Uzunokuni with Naruto without proper reason. He thought about who he could possibly send out in an off-record mission. Someone that would be able to leave unnoticed. That shinobi would have to be strong enough to protect Naruto and also level-headed enough to bear Naruto's yeah, it's definitely dry, but Naruto's exuberant attitude. Then his eyes suddenly widened as he just found the perfect escort for Naruto. Yes, I think it is highly time that those two meet, he thought. Naruto, I may have someone who could go with you to Uzunokuni. He is also strong enough to supervise your training while you try to find traces of your ancestors. Sarutobi said with a smile on his face. Who is it, Gigi? I thought you said everyone was busy at the moment, asked Naruto. Well, he's not exactly under my direct command, and he has free travel rights, so he isn't required to stay to protect the village at all times. It just happened that he came back this morning, replied the old man. Is he gonna say his name? No, he didn't even say his name yet. Okay. Oh, is it? Flip. 6 more minutes. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm recording something, so I can't have you yelling every second. You know, I'll tell you when it's 6:30, okay? Because I'm recording something, so I don't want you getting up every second telling me, okay? I'll tell you when it's 6:30, okay?
Nope.
What? Fine.
Like this.
I'll tell you when it's 6:30, but then you can tell it to me like I didn't know, okay?
Look how I get up nicely. And walk. Make no sound. And timer. Then it's 6:25. Now, that means you got 5 minutes.
I said 6:31. Yeah, I have 6 minutes. Fine. 5 minutes.
I think you just played like 6 minutes.
Okay. Like I was saying before, yeah. Here, you find him at this address. Give him this letter and he will understand the situation, added Sarutobi as he handed a letter with his seal on it to Naruto. Thank you, Gigi. I'll see you in a month," replied Naruto, and with that he left the office to go find that mysterious man, Konoha's Onsen. Naruto made it to the bathhouse, wondering why Sarutobi knew this mysterious man would be here. He was also surprised when the old man didn't want to reveal this man's identity, saying that it would be better if the man properly introduced himself. He was about to enter when he heard strange noises from the side of the building. As he went around, he saw a man inside a tall tree looking down into the bathing area. The man was giggling and taking notes. Naruto couldn't see, taking notes inside a small handbook at the same time. Naruto couldn't see his face as the man was hiding pretty high in that tree, and only the giggling and scratching are proof of his presence. If there was something that Naruto inherited from Kurenai, it was the hate of perverts. He was thinking of the best way to punish this pervert, then mentally called a jutsu futon. "I really don't know jutsu." Naruto silently launched his jutsu against the tree that the perverted man was hiding in. The wind dragon smashed through the tree in its midsection, bending the upper section just in the right angle for the unsuspecting pervert to fall into the bathing area on the woman's side. Seems like the ladies inside did not take too kindly to be disturbed and peeked to during their relaxation. The pervert must have gotten the beating of his life if what Naruto heard from the other side of the wall was correct. Satisfied with his work, Naruto decided to go inside in the men area, of course, and find this instructor. According to his Gigi, the man had long white hair and strange red markings on his face. He was about to enter the men's locker room when he saw the pervert getting out of the women area, beaten and hurt by nothing. But nothing too harsh. Then his eyes widened. Long white hairs. Those red lines on his face. Oh my God, he's the one Gigi was talking about. Thought Naruto as he observed the man. Hey pervert, did you enjoy the beating?" asked Naruto. "So that was you!" yelled the man as he charged at Naruto, but Naruto just stood there and lifted the letter with the Hokage seal in his hand. The approaching man stopped in his tracks and took the letter. His eyes widened as he read the letter, taking short glances at Naruto from time to time. "That's Minato's and Kushina's kid," it says in his tongue. "Is finally letting me take him out of the village. This should be fun." He thought in his mind before giving back the letter to Naruto. Then his expression suddenly changed and turned from lecturous and perverted into a serious one as he spoke to the young boy in front of him. "Okay, I understand your situation. Let me finish reading this, okay? Your situation. I'll go with you on your trip," he said. I don't see why the old man would choose a pervert like you to be my escort, much less an instructor to supervise my training for the month to come," replied Naruto. "Follow me outside. You understand enough," replied the pervert. Naruto gave him a nod, and they left the bathhouse. Then the man took Naruto to to the closest empty training ground. Training ground 17 for Team 17. Just if you guys didn't know. They reached the center of the field, and the man motioned for Naruto to sit down. And he did the same after making sure that no one was around for the upcoming conversation. Alright, let me introduce yourself. I'm Jirai of the Sun. Oh, are you kidding me? I'm Jirai of the Sun. And I was a student under the Sandy. I'm in charge God, of Konoha's spy network, so that's why I'm almost never inside a village, said the now identified Jiraiya. That's also the reason why I couldn't look after you before now, he added in his mind. Naruto's eyes widened as he recognized the name Jiraiya. The name Jiraiya is one of the best, if not one of the best, if not the best shinobi of the Leaf right now. He, along with his two others, was in the team trained by Gigi a long time ago. It was said in the book he read about them that each of them could fight an entire army by themselves. Oh right, they didn't fight Orochimaru. Or did they? No, I don't think they did. I think they did. Did they? No, I don't think they fought Orochimaru. Probably they did. Probably did. No, they didn't. They didn't. Because he wouldn't even give the Kurama to any of your teammates members, so yeah, they didn't fight Orochimaru. Okay. Yeah, blah blah blah. And you know about my reason to go there. And you know about my reason to go there, as Naruto's scared that this man would hold a grudge against him for holding Natsuki in him. Yes, the Hokage explained to me the situation in his letter, that you would face the Suna Jinchuriki in the finals. I also know about your burden, replied Jiraiya. Naruto smiled. He found another person who did not hate him for having Natsuki soon inside of him. He was a little weird and a big-time pervert, but he was strong and seemed reliable too. Deciding to follow his instincts, he made his decision. I would be honored to have you supervise my training for the month to come, and I thank you for accepting to come with me to find my mother's homeland, said the young... Whoa, that was... Wow, said the young... Oh, I went down pretty far. Yeah, he and Blonde as he bowed to the Senny. Alright, drop the formalities. Pack your things. We leave tomorrow morning at dawn, said Jiraiya as he stood up. Okay, Arrow Senin. See you tomorrow, replied Naruto as he sunshine out of the air. And Jiraiya almost fell back when he heard the nickname, but smiled as he too left the clearing. Time skip. I said team skip. Time skip. 1 week later. It took them 1 week to finally reach Uzunokuni. The fastest way was to walk back to Wei before taking a boat in order to reach the ruins of the ancient civilization of Whirlpool Country. They were currently on the boat, and the island of Uzu was in sight. During their traveling time, Jiraiya had evaluated Naruto's level of skill in all the ninja arts. He had come to the same conclusion as Kurai and her friends. Naruto is currently at high tuning level, and at least Hakabetsu Jonin at most. Jiraiya knew Kurenai would work on Naruto's genjutsu issues later, so he decided to improve Naruto's control. Improve the boy's basic Naruto's genjutsu issues later, so he decided to improve the boy's basic chakra control. He was astonished at Naruto's control over the wind element and accepted to help the boy. Accepted to help the boy in his test to counter every elemental techniques thrown at him. Since Jiraiya was able to use all 5 elemental elements, he also started to teach Naruto the basics in the art of Fujitsu. He's talented and he's talented. It reminds me so much of Minato. Sometimes it hurts. You got the old hermit. Naruto was currently working with a water balloon. Jiraiya said that he needed to make the balloon pop. Jiraiya said that using pure chocolate only. No wind allowed. No wind allowed. He had started the exercise yesterday. He was making good progress and understood he needed to spin the water inside the balloon in such a way that it would pop. I wonder what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I should work on the water inside the balloon again. To work on the path of the water inside the balloon again, wondered the boy. Both teacher and student were pulled out of their musing when the boat finally reached to coast. They agreed with the captain of the boat to meet again at the same place in 2 weeks. It would give them just enough time to go back to Konoha. Okay, here's how we will work for the next 2 weeks. You will train with me every day from dawn to approximately 5 p.m. Then you will be free to explore and do whatever you want from there. And now to Jiraiya, and Naruto nodded to him. 2 days after their arrival, Naruto finally managed to pop the water balloon using only chakra. Jiraiya then made him start a harder exercise. This time he had to pop a rubber ball with his chakra. In the meantime, Naruto had started exploring the island. So far, he didn't find anything interesting. Nature and time had already erased most trace of the ancient village of Whirlpool. He remembered asking Natsuki if she knew anything, but was disappointed by her answer. Flashback 2 days ago. Alright, training is done for the day. Do you know where I should start to search for my mother's ancient village? Nachan asked Naruto. I'm sorry, Naruto. Unlike you, I didn't interact a lot with your mother. Unlike with you, the sealing technique seemed a lot different. Seems different too. I wasn't able to access your senses from inside her seal, the same way I can with yours. I didn't have access to her memories either. All I know about her is what she told me on rare occasion she visited Natsuki. Natsuki, it's okay now, John. I'm sure we'll figure out something. I still have 2 weeks left, and I could always come back later, Naruto said. In the flashback, 2 days later, Naruto succeeded in blowing up the rubber ball using his chakra. The key this time was to concentrate his chakra while applying what he learned from the first stage. His search through his mother's hometown ruins also progressed, as he was able to find the buried entrance of what must have been the Uzukage Tower, considering the huge whirlpool sign at the entrance. He managed to clear the entrance of the rubble, blocking it with the help of several cage bungeons. Once inside, he came to a dead end. The door in front of him had a strange red seal on it. That's a blood seal, Naruto. Most likely only one with Uzumaki blood. Only ones with Uzumaki blood can go through this door. You have to apply some of your blood on this seal, and the door will open, said Natsuki in his mind. He did as instructed, and the door opened. Inside the building, most of the rooms had collapsed. He only found another room which seemingly resisted the last war. The last war. The door to the room was once again protected by a blood seal. This room must have been a library sort. Most of the books were old and barely readable. In the center of the room stood a strange shrine. On top of it was a scroll with the same blood seal Naruto already saw on the doors from earlier. He opened the scroll, unlocking it with his blood, and his eyes widened at what he read. If you are reading this, that means you are most likely the last Uzumaki remaining in this world. Kiri, Kumo, and I will launched a surprise attack on our village, and we didn't have the time to call for help of our allies of the land of the leaf before they completely surrounded our lands. Even with our best effort, we could not hold off an enemy outnumbering us 10-1. We have lost most of our men trying to defend the main gate of the village, but it also fell this morning, and now I'm one of the last standing. In this scroll, I have sealed our two most precious treasures. First is the Uzumaki Scroll of Seals. It contains most of our works on Fuinjutsu. Next is our sacred summoning scroll to our loyal allies of old time, the dragons. Be warned that only an Uzumaki can be accepted as a summoner for the dragon, as anyone else who tries to bond with them shall die in unsufferable pain. This plane. This is plane. I'm claiming pain instead of plane. An unsufferable plane? No. Pain. I've sealed these, hoping that someone from our blood survived this attack, and one day he or she would show the world that the Uzumaki are still alive and take our place back as one of the most powerful clan. Good luck from Uzumaki Kazuma, the last Uzukage of Whirlpool. Naruto decided to wait before going through the Taijutsu scroll, since he only started to learn the basics with Jiraiya on it. It was nevertheless a gold mine for his future research on how to free Natsuki from the seal. He unsealed the dragon summoning contract and followed the instructions from the scroll, and Natsuki to sign his name on it. Once done, he felt a weird sensation in his body as he was teleported from his current position to a strange place, Summoning World. It seemed that It seemed he was on top of a mountain. He couldn't even see the ground from where he was. He was suddenly pulled out of his musing when a huge black dragon came out of nowhere. Who dares to use the old contract with the Uzumaki? Who dares to use the old contract with the Uzumaki royal family to come to this sacred place? Roared the creature as it landed in front of Naruto. My name is Uzumaki Naruto, and I found the scroll inside the ruins of the ancient village of Whirlpool. Answered the blonde. Uzumaki, you say? Be warned that you will die if you lie to me. Now come here and pass the test to prove your worth. As Naruto approached him, the dragon suddenly lashed at him and bit him on his forearm. Naruto winced at the pain, but chose to stay calm as this was most likely part of the test. You have indeed the blood of our loyal friends, the Uzumaki, flowing through your veins. You may call me Ryu. I'm the leader of the dragon family. We will answer to your call each time you ask for us, Uzumaki Naruto, said the Dragon King as he bowed to his new summoner. It is an honor to unite once more the Uzumaki clan to our old allies, the dragons, replied Naruto with a bow too. I will see you soon, young hatchling, said Ryu as he unsummoned Naruto back to his original position inside the ruins of Whirlpool. Back in Uzu. Oh. Okay, sorry.
It's already 6:30, but it passed.
Yeah, it passed. Okay. I don't have much more, okay? I don't have much more to read. Right as I'm done reading this, we can play, okay?
What?
I don't have much more to read, okay?
What?
I don't have much more to read, okay?
Okay.
Back in Uzu, Naruto reappeared in the sealed room. He noticed a tattoo with the form of dragon on his left forearm, where Ryu bit him. The scroll said it was the sign of the dragon summoner. From now on, Naruto just needed to spread some blood on it, and he could summon dragons. Having found out what he looked for, he left the ruins and joined Jiraiya back in their camp. He spent the remaining days they had on the island to master the last chakra exercise. Jiraiya was making perform. Turns out those exercises were the key parts in mastering a technique invented by the fourth Hokage called the Rasengan, and Naruto managed to learn in only 2 weeks. When it was finally the moment to leave the island, Naruto couldn't help but feel a little sad to leave behind the only place in the world where he could feel some sort of bond to his long lost clan. Time skip. 1 week later, they were finally back in front of the gates of Konoha, just for the days of the finals. Okay, and this is chapter 11. So I'm pretty sure I did chapter 8. I did the rest of chapter 8, 9. I did chapter 8.5, 9, 10, and 11. I'm gonna be stopping the recording right here, and I'll be making part 12 after I go play with my sister. Bye-bye.